Imagine a world where power truly belongs to the people, a world where dictatorships and tyranny no longer exist. What if we told you it's possible and closer than you think? For thousands of years, rulers controlled us through fear, forced to obey, and punished anyone who resisted. But at some point, we realized that we could live differently, without fear, without tyranny. We understood that power, like a drug, is dangerously addictive and carries a tremendous risk of abuse. So we broke free and developed democracy, the only system where power depends on the will of the people, not fear. And we gained freedom, a rare and fragile achievement for which our ancestors fought for centuries. But now all of this is at risk. Dictatorships are uniting, spreading disinformation across the globe, bribing and blackmailing politicians. Leaders rewrite laws to suit themselves, tightening their grip on power and crushing the opposition. The threat of totalitarianism looms over the free world once again. But this isn't like the totalitarianism of the past. Technology now enables a level of surveillance and control we've never seen before. In the past, protests could at least somewhat defend the will of the people, but now the authorities can crush any attempts at the very beginning. And it's not some story about the future. It's already happening in many countries. We are at a critical crossroads. If we, each and every one of us, fail to act, we may soon lose the last remaining strongholds of democracy worldwide. Future generations will be taught that freedom and democracy are dangerous illusions, leading only to chaos and madness. History teaches us that when democracy dies, what follows is not order, but fear, stagnation, and repression. If we allow this to happen now, future generations won't even have a choice. But will we act in time to prevent it? Now, more than ever before, humanity needs a simple and accessible technology that can return power to the people in any country. When used in the right way, technology can give that power back. Modern innovations already allow us to break free from dictatorships worldwide, once and for all. In this video, we will introduce the principles of decentralized governance, an open-source system that ensures fair, transparent, and flexible governance, keeping real power where it belongs, in the hands of the people. Imagine a system where there are no pre-appointed leaders, but only one potential presidential account. Any user, offering truly valuable ideas and having a viable plan for development, can become a president if the majority subscribes to his account. But this position isn't permanent. His entire power rests solely on people's subscriptions. Want this person to pass laws? Stay subscribed. Disagree with his actions and proposals? Unsubscribe. And as soon as his support level drops below the critical threshold, none of his new laws would come into effect, and all his power literally vanishes before your eyes. Now imagine that every new law proposed by the presidential account doesn't take effect immediately. It is put on pause for 15 days before going into the blockchain, that very digital chain where all active laws are stored. During that time, people decide whether to remain subscribed to that president or unsubscribe. If the bill is good and the subscription level remains high, then after 15 days, the law is automatically published in the blockchain and becomes official. But if the proposal is absurd and the president's support falls below the critical level, the bill simply cannot pass into the blockchain. Everything happens automatically at the code level. No hassle with cancellations, no bureaucratic red tape, no endless debates on how to get rid of an unnecessary decision. People simply unsubscribe and the bill remains a draft. The people's trust is the president's primary capital. Lose that trust and no force can keep him on the throne. His power melts away instantly like ice in the sun. No revolutions, no bloody coups, no long waits for his term to end, no painful transitional periods, only instantaneous feedback. And you don't need to delve into the details of bills every day. You can trust those who specialize in this. There are experts, journalists, public figures, people you personally trust. They analyze proposals and alert you if something is wrong. If experts raise the alarm, claiming that the president account is trying to push through a dangerous law, you check the details, decide whether you agree with these arguments, and if so, simply unsubscribe. In a matter of days, the leader loses his power and his new law never comes into force. But if after examining the situation, you realize that the law is quite reasonable, and the expert himself is spreading lies and panicking for no reason, then that very expert loses your trust. So every participant in the system has levers of influence both over power and its critics, ensuring balance, honesty, and transparency. Also, there is a special null account. When more than 50% of participants subscribe to it, this means that no initiative deserves support. The society consciously chooses the absence of leadership functioning on autopilot. This prevents artificial governance and signals a lack of real problems or solutions. The moment a real issue and a capable leader emerge, support shifts, and their proposal is published on the blockchain, gaining the force of law. In this system, there's no room for empty promises or pre-election rhetoric. Legislative proposals are immediately published as bills with clear details. If the majority supports them, they subscribe and the account becomes presidential. And the first laws published in the blockchain are exactly what people supported. Everything is transparent and straightforward. Idea, support, publication. Taken together, this approach forces leaders to act responsibly. Knowing support can vanish in days, they must stay balanced, understand society's needs, and avoid abusing power. One wrong move, and they lose support. No safety net for governors, but a huge benefit for society. There's no monopoly on madness where the president can act unchecked and the people suffer. Now, the people always have the red button at their fingertips to unsubscribe, peacefully, quickly, and simply. It's not an instrument of chaos, but on the contrary, it is a way to keep power within reasonable limits, preventing it from transforming into tyranny. Moreover, the system can support several parallel blockchains, each with its own president, who's responsible for a specific field. For example, one blockchain might regulate the economy, another, healthcare, and a third, education. If the economic president loses your trust, you unsubscribe from him while continuing to support presidents in other fields. Besides, the system stimulates high-quality legislation by rewarding the authors of truly brilliant initiatives. Thus, if the presidential account proposes an idea capable of uniting almost the entire community, an additional reward from the blockchain appears. The higher the percentage of subscribers, the greater the reward, which will increase on a progressive scale and will be directly tied to the level of support. And it's not about the number of laws, but their real value. The system considers only the average support level over a given period. This stimulates the search for truly smart solutions rather than stamping out tons of laws to create an illusion of usefulness and indispensability. But what about bots? After all, someone could create a bunch of fake accounts and pump up support for a fake leader. For this case, special measures are provided in the system. First, during registration, all users will have to provide their real name, surname, and date of birth. This information is public and is used for subsequent identity verification. And since registration is by invitation only, it allows the person who invited you to confirm that you registered with genuine data. Besides that, the invitation system enables to create a genealogical tree of invites, which is essential for spotting chains of fake accounts. Typically, fraudsters create bot armies by registering numerous accounts from different IP addresses and phone numbers without any noticeable links between them, making them hard to detect. Here, however, a fraudster can only generate fakes within his own invite branch. As soon as one fake is discovered, the entire chain becomes visible and its trust level plummets, significantly hindering mass production of counterfeit accounts. Accounts with very low trust lose influence, ensuring that only genuinely verified users hold real power in the system. Secondly, there is periodic video verification. The system randomly selects pairs of accounts from different invitation branches and asks them to connect via video call through a third-party app like Telegram. You have 72 hours to talk and show a government-issued ID and confirm that you are a real person. If someone refuses or fails to verify after several random checks, their account's authority drops and all their invitees come under extra scrutiny. The key point is that your video call is not just a personal verification. It's part of a larger mutual verification of all system participants. The system randomly connects users from different branches, so everyone verifies everyone else. For each person, it is just one random call, but collectively it forms a global verification procedure for each and every account. This makes mass creation of fakes nearly impossible, ensuring the system stays stable, fair, and transparent. Some might worry about deepfakes, but we've got a more reliable solution: in-person meetings. Similarly to dating apps, you choose who you find more interesting to communicate with based on photos and bio. Some may prefer the opposite gender, others having a partner may want to meet only same-gender individuals, or attend group meetups based on shared interests. For introverts or those not wanting to make new acquaintances, the system has you covered. Just set your preferences, and it will find a similarly non-communicative person nearby. A quick 1-minute meetup, and then you go your separate ways. After a live meetup, users confirm each other with a single click. Yes, we met in person, verified documents, and this person really exists. Each confirmation boosts the account's trust level, making mass fake creation nearly impossible. This system not only protects against fraud, but also promotes real live communication, which is especially important in today's age of digital isolation. The only way for forgers to succeed would be by faking official IDs, but even then the system fights back. During registration, the user's face is scanned to create a unique fingerprint code. This code can't recreate the original image, but it allows for face comparisons. If a match is found within one invitation branch, it signals that the same person is creating multiple accounts, and the system easily tracks the entire chain. So fake documents are useless. If the face is the same, the fingerprint will expose the duplication. As you can see, everything is simple and achievable with current technology, and compared to traditional electronic democracies, where countless votes need to be counted constantly for numerous initiatives. This system is way more simple. Instead of voting on each law separately, you just support or oppose a specific president. This drastically reduces technical complexity and minimizes computational resources. Rather than complex vote counting, we use a straightforward metric, the percentage of subscribers. Decisions backed by the people are directly written into the blockchain, creating new blocks of legislation. This naturally aligns with the principles of decentralized technologies and is easily adapted to the existing systems of lawmaking. Perhaps we are on the threshold of a new era of governance, where instead of enduring tyranny or relying on miracle revolutions, we will ourselves calmly and nonviolently adjust the course of the ship of statehood with one click. And most importantly, all this is not about some distant future. We can start moving in this direction right now. If this idea resonates with you, subscribe and share this video with your friends. The more people subscribe, the clearer the society's readiness for change will be, and the closer we will be to creating a real working prototype. Together, we can change the rules of the game and practically prove that power can truly be controlled by those for whom it exists: us.